Who knows that song? You probably all know that song. If you don't, go check it out. Oh, What a Beautiful Morning by Rodgers and Hammerstein. And it is from the awesome musical called Oklahoma. So there's about 20 minutes left in Tuesday. So we could call this Takeaway Tuesday, although by the time I post it, it probably won't be Tuesday anymore. So you could call it a word for Wednesday. You could call it a thought for Thursday, or just like a wonderful weekly whatever. Anyway, today's topic is the classics. What is it about the classics that my heart misses so much in musical theater? So I happen to be musically directing a kids production of Oklahoma right now with 11 to 14-year-olds, and I'm loving it. And guess what? They're loving it. The kids love it, right? So for all those haters out there who think it's not relevant anymore, that kids can't love this music, our kids love it, and they're enjoying music. They're enjoying the dance. So and I think it's because, again, there's something so satisfying about the classes that is different from most of the musical theater fare out there today, if not all. I feel like I've been waiting for this for the past 40 years. So I'm going to write something that does for my heart what Oklahoma does for my heart. So I'm going to try and explain what that is, but it's like it's this je ne sais quoi. It's this thing like that's hard to explain, but here I go. So first things first, the music. What is it about this music? This music is so beautiful and so satisfying. I'm going to play a little excerpt for you from a song called Out of My Dreams, which is sung by Lori, because she and Curly have not clearly acknowledged their love for one another. They just sort of hint around it and they flirt around it, but it hasn't come to fruition. And part of the reason is because she's afraid, because this other guy, Judd, he's the bad guy. He's in love with Lori, and she's afraid that he'll kill Curly if she and Curly get together. So she's been sort of suppressing this, okay? You can hear it so clearly in music that, like, there are these layers, right, that underneath she really longs for him. But there's just some hindrances that come out in the way Rodgers uses chromaticism, okay? Just have a listen. You hear these chromatic notes? That's the pretty part, because she's acknowledging it there. To the hush. Listen to these notes right here. This one, too. Yeah. So unresolved until she can acknowledge out of her dreams she'll go and into a dream. Do you hear that? It just kind of needles right into your heart about all these inner longings. It's like even without the words, you just feel it and it flows, and it's this beautiful melodic, motion throughout the song that, I don't know, it just hits, man. So there's the music, and then there's the story, and there's the subject and the themes, and, it takes place in Oklahoma. The scenery is this beautiful, like, panoramic backdrops of cornfields and America's heartland, right? And the theme is really about the coming of age, right, of this couple. It's like love becoming realized and overcoming obstacles. And it parallels the coming of age of Oklahoma as a state, and even the nation of America, really, like adding to the union that's already there. It's just, it's deeper, right, than a lot of what we think about musical theater. So there's also something very genuine to me about the relationship between Lori and Curly. Maybe because they grew up together, they had this brother-sister kind of relationship, which they were always kind of, sparring and whatever. But then when they finally realized, like, no, I do want to be with you, it feels real. It feels like, yes, this was inevitable. This is what should have happened. So it makes you really feel like love is real. Love is supposed to win in the end. And so therefore there's this almost like underlying current of faith, even though there's no mention of faith. There's no mention of God. It's not religious. But there's this implication that God is good, because look at this beautiful creation and look at love winning. So anyway, maybe that's what I miss I missed something, but I love it every time we get the chance to go back to the classics. So I just wanted to make that point today. Look, if you're not familiar with it, go check it out. I recommend the London version. I forget, it was like the early 2000s or late 1990s with Hugh Jackman. It's on YouTube. It's beautiful. Or the original movie, Gordon McRae and Shirley Jones. Check it out. All right, and have a great week, and I hope you'll tune in next week for Takeaway Tuesday or weekly whatever.